He's the slick talking, jive walking, banana eating, your favorite morning host, the one and only Adam John.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Banana Show. I am your host, Adam Josh. Today is August the 18th, 2024. We are here in the hillside of the Algarve, smack dab in the middle of the Algarve in Portugal. And let's get right to it. I have my normal routine here. Age, ages old, years old, is to have a coffee and a banana in the morning. And so, I made a show out of it. Here we are. I hope you like the shirt. You can buy one. I hope that you do. We can talk about that later throughout the show. You might notice I have a little gadget here we can chat about. A lot going on. I'm going to get into it. We have our morning coffee together, as you know. Fans of the Morning Banana Show know that. I hope that you have yours. Just going to chill, have a coffee together. Beautiful day, clear skies. We've had some chemtrails here lately, which is confusing. If you look at the maps of where the wildfires are in Spain and in Portugal, they're to the east of me right now. So in a benign scenario where they're doing chemtrailing, you can understand that maybe they're hoping that it rains, doing some calculation where it rains to the east to put out the wildfires. In a benign scenario, that's what it would be. I'm not sure if chemtrails are all benign. I got some plain Alpro yogurt here mixed with dates and a peaches, nectarines. This is one of my favorite vanilla kids lunch milks. And then I froth it. It froths up so great with that IKEA whisker. I mean, it tastes amazing. So I'm lucky that I found it because I have not been able to find Silk almond creamer, which is my favorite, back in North America. So to the Morning Banana Show fans, to you, my last banana from Madeira. I'm waiting for these guys. We're on our 20 something leaf coming through. They say around the 25th to 30th leaf, you start seeing the male parts come through to make you'll see actual bananas, the male flower. It's really neat. I've seen the whole life cycle of a banana tree or a banana palm here in Portugal, and something I had never would have imagined seeing in Canada. I know we don't have a lot of time together, so I would like to kind of fast track this if I can. I hate when I do these 20-minute morning banana shows. So I'm just going to go from topic to topic that I wanted to talk about. This is a River 2 Pro by EcoFlow. Don't be shocked, but it's not made in North America. It's not made in Portugal. You may have a guess of where it's from, and you're not wrong. But if you look at their website, you see lots of like North American, European guys. I've been using this. I like it. This is the 500 kilowatt version of battery backup. I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's kind of dead. Turn it on. It says it's got 2% battery life. You plug your gadgets in there, your dongles in here. You can charge it from the USB-C port, which is a really terrible idea because it gives you 9 watts of charge. 9 watts is nothing. And you can plug in solar panels here or plug in a extreme charger there. But this is like for portable camping use. I would say use it for like a day trip for camping. Charge it fully with one of these many different options that I said. Solar panels in, you can just literally plug it into a wall or at a gas station. It takes about an hour to fully charge if you're plugging it into the one high octane port, but the other ports will take longer. 500 kilowatts is not going to get you very far if you're trying to run a fridge, which is the ultimate test. You could probably run a regular fridge pulling 70 to 80 watts while it's in use for maybe 4 or 5 hours on one of these. It's a 500 kilowatt unit. So something to keep in mind. And when you're charging, they actually have recommendations that you don't exceed 220 kilowatts input by the solar panels or 50 volts. So something to keep in mind. They sell solar panels that can output 400 watts as an example. I've seen them. You might think, oh, faster charge time. Or you could blow it up or ruin the warranty at least. After having one of these for a little while, I'm thinking to myself, I should have got the 700 kilowatt version or get the 1,000 kilowatt version for what we're doing off grid. And this isn't my only gear like for off grid power, it's just a supplement. I have a generator, I have two 120 volt 12-hour batteries tied into a 2,000 watt inverter with an array of solar panels. There's 4 of them at 100 watts each. I have outdoor lights that are separated into a completely different outdoor LED system, and then I have these outdoor little lights around here they're like €2 each. I have my electrical system off grid basically separated into many different redundancies, because there's some things that are really important and there's some things that you can kind of, if they don't work, it's not a big deal. Like you wouldn't tie in your outdoor lighting to your main battery grid setup. I think that's a really dumb idea, as an example. What's important in the middle of the night is you want to flush your toilet. That's high priority. Another high priority is you want to have your food cold and your ice to work, right? You want to have ice. Anyway, so this, if it was the 1,000 watt version, 1,000 kilowatt version, you might be able to do a one-stop shop and just basically tie this into your solar panels and have this as a off-grid setup for you. But I do not recommend the 500 watt, thinking that this is going to get you through your off-grid setup. So I'm using it as a supplement. If you're off-grid, you should have, multiple fail-safes, like a generator as a last-ditch backup, solar panels and batteries. You need to have like the trifecta going, in my opinion. So here we are, I've been off-grid for a while, and, we have running water, we have cold food and ice and all those things. And it's not really a challenge for somebody like me. And solar technology is dirt cheap in Portugal. So if you want to come and live the off-grid dream, we get 300 days of sun here in Portugal. And 300 days of sun does not lie. There's a company called Top Shelf Tea. They're on X. They also have a website, Top Shelf Tea. I think it's they made a Shopify account, basically. If you follow me, I've had this idea for a while. I'm not reincarnating. I drafted up a shirt that just said "Don't reincarnate." Sent it to the guys at Top Shelf Tea, and the good people there said, "Hey, what do you think about this idea? We like your idea too. Do not reincarnate." As a riff off the "Do Not Resuscitate" logo. Don't resuscitate me. Also, I don't want to reincarnate. Both, please. So you can order this at the link below in the description, and reasonably priced, ship right to you. I have 2 more shirts coming in, one for Desiree and one for one of my boys. And it's comfy, easy to wash. Mine is still, relatively new, but I love it. And if you purchase it through the link, you support me a little bit. I'm not going to be making bajillions of dollars from shirt sales, but it's I appreciate it. Also, as far as U.S. politics goes, I mean, we could talk about it. I understand, J.D. Vance was the presidential, vice presidential nominee, but in my personal opinion, I think it should have been Tulsi Gabbard. Big Tulsi fan over here. Not sure what happened and why. Boa tarde. Boa noite. Bon dia. Pirotas de Alfaroba. It's okay. Pirates of the Caribbean. They out here, fam. Pirotas de Alfaroba, Tiago. Piratas de Alfaroba. Yeah, so you know, I've been learning more and more about the locals here. The price for a carob right now is not that great. 30 pounds, if you bring in a 30-pound satchel, they're going to give you 7.50, €7 and 50 centavos. Not a lot. My kids graduated their private Portuguese school that we were sending them to here in Cortera in the Algarve called Faust. You can look it up, Faust. I recommend. Prices were reasonable. It wasn't free. Apparently, we get a certificate in the mail at some point, and the kids are now primed and more in the know to go to school in next month in September, and that is my intention to have them in school here in Portugal. So I hope that all that goes well, and I hope that they fit in perfectly. Portuguese is a wonderful language, and I don't say that lightly. I love all the Romance languages. I love French. Je t'aime le français. J'aime le français. Um, and eu amar de português. Eu amar de português. So I love the Romance languages, and if you learn Portuguese, or if you know somebody who speaks Portuguese and you do a trade-off with them, like, hey, you can teach me English and I'll teach you Portuguese, or vice versa, you're learning, don't tell anybody, but you're learning Spanish, and you're also learning like all that Brazilian Portuguese. They wanted to have their own language for a while, but it's Portuguese that they speak mostly. They just add the gias. You're getting like a 3-for-1 if you learn Spanish or Portuguese. So people come here and they speak Spanish, they can get by fine. Just add some shas and zhas. So I'm really proud of that my kids graduated this private school. Their marks were good. They liked it. Their grandparents and their parents are polyglots, so they come from a family whose brains work in language as well. Shouldn't be a big deal for them to learn. I celebrated my 11-year anniversary of being vegan on August the 15th, which was just a few days ago. You're welcome. You're welcome to the animals. So 11 years of being vegan behind me. And all I can say is I wish I went vegan sooner. I might have had this farm a lot sooner in the mountains of Portugal. I don't know. I like being vegan. To me, it's a no-brainer. I do not think that you can teach spiritual things to people, and you have no business being a spiritual leader unless you are vegan. I think non-vegans are unqualified to teach spiritual things because it shows that you have an inherent lack of spiritual understanding, an inherent lack of spiritual discernment or energetic discernment, that you haven't got to the place where you realize the energy behind slaughtering an animal or en masse, the rape, the enslavement, the torture, the separation of the family, ultimately to dismember the body and consume this energy of fear. If you haven't got to the point where you can actually see the whole process for what it is, I would say you're just spiritually immature. So a spiritually immature person, to me, is not qualified to be any type of leader. So if you have these so-called leaders in your spiritual community and they're not vegans, I would say, like, can we just pause for a minute and like talk about your credentials? Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap up. We've planted some more papaya. You want to see papaya? Hold on, I'll show you. When you plant papaya seeds here in the Algarve, this is what they uh, germinate. And this is all individual papaya trees. So super easy to grow. Or have orange trees, apple trees behind you. Actually, one apple tree. So everything here, if you have some disco light shade, we're in the disco light nursery right now, it's shady. if you have some shade here, it's super easy to grow almost everything. I've had no issues yet, except for when we put things in direct sunlight, which was kind of a North American rookie mistake. I appreciate you guys watching the Morning Banana Show. I hope that you go and buy a shirt. We'll ship it to you. You support the Morning Banana Show. If you want to directly support me, you can send Bitcoin, Ethereum to the link above my X account. There's a little money sign. You can just send me a donation that way, or an e-transfer to adam@adamjosh.com if you feel like that and you're in North America. I'm not sponsored by EcoFlow. I don't have any partnerships with them, you know, but if I could get 1,000 kilowatt unit from them at a discount, or, you know, in exchange for a nice promotional video like this one, I would take it, because I like these units. They're good so far. So far, I've been using it for a few weeks now. I like it. But you know me, I'm testing things and doing the demos and whatnot on them. Okay, take care, everybody. Thank you for watching number 189. Take care. Bye-bye.